Hi kids, I want to talk to you about your final project, which is your homework for the rest of the semester. The semester ends June 4th, Thursday, June 4th, and that's when your final project, the project you've been working on all semester through treatment, character design, background design, storyboards, animatics, that's the final project you're going to turn in on June 4th, and that's what you're going to be working on for homework the rest of the semester. Now, if you looked at the video above in the WordPress about your last class assignment, which was dialogue, that's it for your class assignment. Once you've finished all of your assignments and turned them in, and you've turned in your dialogue assignment, the rest of the semester you should just be focusing on your final project. Now, we've already had 2 weeks of homework, which were to animate 35 to 50 drawings for your final project. There was a little confusion about what I meant by that. I mean, each week you should draw 35 to 50 drawings of your final project so that by the end of the semester, in 5 more weeks, not the last class, but the penultimate class, that's the next to last class, you should have 350 drawings roughly, or more, or maybe a little less, it depends. And that'll be enough for me to see if you've understood the mechanics of animation and were able to make a final project that shows off your understanding of the mechanics of animation. It doesn't have to have color, it doesn't have to have sound. I don't care what your story is or what your characters are or any of that. I'm only going to be grading you on movement. And so movement is very important in doing your final projects. Now, so far you've all animated quite well on many of the assignments, but I did notice a few styles of animation coming in, especially in the last 2 homework assignments, that I want to talk to you a little bit about. Now is the time when you should be finessing your animation or plussing it, making it just a little bit better and a little bit smoother. So here's my little flying guy. He's kind of like a Superman character. He looks like he's wearing pajamas. Okay, which some of you are actually animating something like that, so I hope this is helpful. So he's flying, and this is frame by frame, fairly smooth animation. Yes, it's very simple and it's very short, but he's being animated frame by frame, and the animation is fairly smooth. All right, that's one type of animation. A second type of animation I've noticed from some of you is kind of this stepped type of animation. It almost looks like an animatic with just a little bit of animation, or it's like you have the keyframes, but you haven't animated the things in between yet. So if you've done this kind of animation, and you should be able to look at what you've sent me so far and see, oh yeah, I see what Shane means. That's a little choppy there. And then in between it, fill in the animation to make it smooth like the first guy and not choppy like the second guy. And that can count towards your new homework assignment, which is to do, again, 35 to 50 drawings of your final project. The third style is this kind of sliding animation. They use this a little bit in some really great animes that I love, like Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! I love it, but it's not full animation. And that's when you've taken a drawing, especially of someone who's flying or getting ready to throw a punch, and you're just moving the same drawing frame by frame. That is not considered frame by frame animation. You're just moving the paper along, but it's the same drawing. I need to see all of them be different drawings like the first one I showed you. So I'm looking for smooth animation. That's what I'm going to be grading you on, not content, not color, and not sound. Okay? So that's for your final project. And that's it. That's your homework for the rest of the semester, is to animate 35 to 50 drawings. If you can do more than that, you're going to have a lot of animation and your film is going to be more complete or closer to what you originally envisioned when you wrote out your treatment and presented your treatment to class. And if you do less than that, try to at least give me 22 to 30 seconds so I can see that you really understood how the mechanics of animation work, how to make things move. Now, for many of you, I can already tell that you understand how to make things move, but you have to do the work. So try to break it down week by week. If you always do the homework assignment and you always try to do 35 to 50 drawings per week, you'll have enough for your final project and you won't be animating at the last minute. I've had students do this and it's not pleasant. So try to do a little at a time each week. It's your only assignment for homework, and after you've turned in the dialogue, there won't really be any more class assignments except to look at the WordPress and to ask me questions and work on your final project. That means for those 4 hours that we would normally meet on Thursdays between 2:20 and 6:35, and even taking a 15-minute break in the middle if you want, those 4 hours could be spent working on your homework. Now, that won't be due on Fridays. Only your regular class assignments, like the dialogue, is due on Friday, or as close to it as possible. But the homework assignment is always due the night before class. If you need more time, of course, email me anytime to let me know that you need more time, and I will grant it. But I will also warn you that if you haven't done very many drawings, that you should probably work on doing as many drawings as you can, a little each day or a lot each week on Thursdays during normal class time, so that you can get your final project done on time. Now for the penultimate class, that's the next to last class, again, that is when you are going to assemble all of your animations. So if you've turned in 7 GIFs for animation, or 7 MP4s, or 7 .movs, or whatever the file extension is, that would be the time, that last week of class, to put them all in order and make a new QuickTime out of it. If you can't do that, if you don't have a way to do that, you can send me or tell me which order to put each one in, and I can make the QuickTime for you. But you need to make it as easy on me as possible, because I have a feeling many of you won't be able to assemble all of your individual animations. Now, if you know how to assemble all your animations, if you have Premiere or Final Cut Pro or whatever application is going to allow you to put them all together, then you can do that on your own, and that's great. Just turn in your final project. But if you need help with that, then you're going to have to either tell me the order of all of your QuickTimes or resend the order of all of your QuickTimes so that I can put them in a timeline in the order that you gave them to me, and then make a new QuickTime with all of them together. All right? Now, some of you, only a few of you, but some of you are not able to even assemble your images at all. And I understand that. This has been a really rough semester because we don't have access to all of the equipment and things that we normally have access to. So if you don't have a way to assemble your GIFs or MP4s or whatever, we'll work something out where either you send me the folder or individual images and I assemble it for you, or we'll just figure something out. And if I can find anything that's easy online, I will let you know. But I think most of you already have whatever programs you like to use on your laptops or your towers. But of course, if you only have your phone, that can make things a little more difficult. Really, if that's the only way that you have to assemble anything is on your phone, try to find an app that will at least allow you to make a GIF. Even if you have just Google Photos, there's a part of Google Photos that says For You, I think, and you can say Animate, and it will allow you to choose up to 50 images that you've taken pictures of to make a GIF of your 50 drawings. Now, the timing won't be right at all, but if you send that to me, I can slow it, or I can speed it up, because it's a little slow. I can speed it up through Premiere and make it just right for you, so that when you're ready, you can give me 7 of those GIFs. We speed it up a little bit, and then you have your 30 seconds of animation, or about 30 seconds. Okay? So if you're having that kind of problem, email me so we can discuss further, because I don't need to tell all of you how to do it, because most of you have a way to make your own GIFs and whatnot, and that's great. But if you are having problems with that, please email me so we can figure out the best way for you to assemble your beautiful animation for your final project. And make sure that when you see that the homework is the same, each week, do 35 to 50 drawings. It doesn't mean that if you didn't do it last week, you can do it this week. No, it means another 35 to 50 drawings, because if you multiply 35 or 50 or any number in between by 7, that's about how long your final project should be and how many drawings you should have completed by then. All right? So questions, email me as always, shanehood@gmail.com. Make sure you watch the videos all the way through. Make sure you read the WordPress all the way through. And make sure you ask questions if you're confused about anything. All right? Because I will actually answer eventually on Thursdays more quickly, because I literally stay right by my email waiting for questions. I'm usually not disappointed. I've been getting many, many questions. So keep it going. Make sure you understand what's going on, because I want all of you to be successful in making your final project. That's it. See you next week.